in one word.
And what's that word?
Dibbs.
Dibbs, first dibs question of the day brought to you by Tire Depot. Winter's the most important season when it comes to tires. Tire Depot can help you better navigate those treacherous winter driving conditions. This morning was awful. Tonight might be bad. What? Tire Depot is your Cooper Tire headquarters. Plus, they carry other leading brands. See Tony and his terrific team at Tire Depot, just off Route 6 in Bristol, online at tiredepotct.com. Yeah, dude, didn't you hear? Was it Mr. Gill? Gonna get all kinds of snow, a nor'easter. It'll be a half inch.
Umbrella alert.
Half inch.
I like when
dude, I was driving in. It's like 45 degrees. How's it going to snow tonight?
Umbrella alert.
But do get some good tires on your car. Good safety. Dak Prescott, do we want him back in Dallas?
Well, it's getting weird already, and it's only been, 48 hours or less? Jerry Jones, usually on the radio today, canceled his radio deal. And nothing's been said about the quarterback. Dak came out and apologized for his 2 interceptions. He feels all bad about it. And then there's Green Bay. Green Bay made an offer for Aaron Rodgers to the world. World, if you want him, you can have him. We'll take 2 first-round picks in return. You know, obviously you don't have 2 first rounds in the same year, so you'd be giving up 1 this year, 1 next year, unless you're something special, like stealing a bunch of picks from the Rams or something.
Here's the problem, and this is not the fan in me, this is the analyst in me. You know, whether it's Tony Romo or Dak, you always just have a certain window with your talent. And a lot of people were complaining that Tony Romo didn't. Listen, he had Des Bryant. He had a bunch of other stars back in his day. You're going to have stars. You're going to have some guys that are role player. Talent's talent.
Yeah.
You need to be able to manage the game. You need a game manager, and that's where an Aaron Rodgers brain or Tom Brady.
Ooh, that was the next one on the list.
I mean,
okay.
I don't know about Derek Carr. I don't know if Derek Carr's had the talent. I was kind of upset. Remember when they traded all the guys away when Gruden joined, and he was like, who was the lineman that he traded?
I remember him getting rid of Khalil Mack.
Yeah, and then he messed around and he changed the dynamic. But that's what head coaches are going to do. My thing is, I was never happy with Mike McCarthy. And then you bring in a young offensive coordinator. And at the same time, you look at some other coaching staffs, even the Patriots today, they're bringing back Bill O'Brien because Patricia was so bad. You know, you need things to come together, and it's not all Dak's fault. I'm not going to put all this on him. Mike McCarthy doesn't know how to manage a clock. Somebody should get him like a Flava Flav thing around his neck.
Should.
Kellen Moore, I think, is a conservative guy that doesn't utilize the weaponry that he has. I didn't like the last 2 years before this year the way he used Tony Pollard. He just didn't utilize him. Then it's like, oh, okay, well, we'll use him a little bit more. Oh, the guy rushes for 1,000 yards. And, and now all of a sudden Ezekiel Elliott's like, I'll take less money to stay. Well, because you realize you're now the second-seeded guy in this rotation. But to me, it's not just Dak Prescott. If you get a new quarterback, you need a new OC, you might need a new head coach, and again, then you're restarting the clock. That's my biggest problem. It's not just Dak. Jerry is a tinkerer. You got just so many fingers in the pie. It's just I can't put this on Dak.
So waiting in the draft for a Will Levis or an Anthony Richardson is out of the question for you. You don't want to rip that Band-Aid off. Don't want to start over.
No, I don't. I think you could have a guy waiting and wait. But, I mean, is Cooper Rush that awful that he couldn't take over for Dak?
You don't want to start the season with a Cooper Rush.
No, I don't. But I also don't want to start with a rookie. And if I trade for somebody, I'd rather give up 2 first-round picks. I know Aaron Rodgers is great.
You like that deal?
I like that deal.
Well, the one thing I like the deal is just because the window is closing. You're not going to. I think Ezekiel Elliott's on his last year.
Yeah, and I don't even know when Tony Pollard's coming back. If you got to put a rod in that dude's leg or a plate or whatnot, then you got to wait for it to come out. Who knows when he's going to be ready? So it's essentially, your defense is looking pretty good. Your offensive line looked really good, but it's your window. Right. And is next year the window where you think you're going to overtake the Eagles? I don't know. I still think the Eagles are better than the Cowboys. I think they're better coached than the Cowboys.
Can McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers coexist? They won a Super Bowl together a long time ago.
I think they can. I think they can. And I think if you're Mike McCarthy and you value your job, you want the best guy for the job. Now, I've already heard Tom Brady wants to go other places possibly. I don't know if Derek Carr is not an option. I think he's as good. Do I think he's better than Dak Prescott?
That's
I don't
the question.
know. I agree with you what you said yesterday. I think Dak can extend plays.
Yeah.
I think, but to his detriment, then he makes a bad decision sometimes and tries to force the ball in there. That's a problem. So maybe, I don't know, maybe hire like a consultant like a Troy Aikman, because they do this in basketball. They'll hire guys to work with certain players. Why can't you do it in football and get somebody, even if it's Tony Romo, even if Tony Romo helps Dak Prescott? But I don't think Kellen Moore's the guy.
That's where I go to. I want to see who's going to be the offensive coordinator of this team before anybody
Bill Belichick pulled the trigger on one guy one season.
Had to. Needed to. Good point.
It's not Joe Judge. It's not Patricia. But it's we're getting Bill O'Brien.
Different conversation with Kellen Moore. He's getting shopped around to be a head coach right now.
Good.
Like he's on interviews.
Good go.
That's what I'm saying. But if he doesn't go, and he's got a job sitting there for him still.
You got what's his face? Just
Byron Leftwich.
Byron Leftwich. I would
Took the
love
words
that
out of
guy
my
in
mouth.
Dallas. All right, let's talk some NFL. Talk some Bill O'Brien next.
Bill O'Brien.